I'm so excited today. We've got some friends over and my wife and I have company for lunch. And because we're going out for dinner tonight, we're probably going to go to a barbecue restaurant. We're doing some fresh fish and we're doing a technique called ceviche, which is really a Mexican dish where you use fresh fish and you prepare it raw, but the fish gets cooked in the acidity from either limes or lemons. Let me tell you how to do it. So what we're going to do first, we've already squeezed about 10 limes. I'm cutting these limes. You know, limes are a little bit tougher than lemons, so you got to really use torque. If you have a lime presser, it'll make this job a lot easier. But you squeeze them and you get all the lime out. What I do, and I try not to get my mouth on the thing, I'll actually put the half a lime in my teeth and use my teeth with leverage, because you know our jaws are pretty strong. So I'm just going to finish this off and then I'll tell you about the fish. The lime juice is important because it adds flavor to the fish pieces, but it also cooks them. So the first thing you have to do is squeeze all your lime and get enough lime juice that the fish, depending how much fish you're going to be doing, will be cured in that and cooked. Now let me show you the fish. This is a fresh snapper fillet. We were blessed yesterday to go out into the Gulf of Mexico and catch several different species of snapper. We caught lane snapper, we caught yellowtail, and mangrove snapper. We didn't keep really big snappers. We caught some red snappers that we released that were 10, 15 pounds. So this snapper fillet, it comes from about a 2-pound snapper. And what you see is that we've done is removed the T-bones that are right down along the rib cage, and it's also filleted. So this is clean meat. Now, if you'd like to see how to fillet fish, if you look at one of our previous videos, we show how to fillet the different types of fish, including snapper, to use for ceviche. So what we do is we put the snapper down, and what I'm going to do is cut it in slices, and I'm going to add to my pile maybe a 1/4 to 1/2 inch wide slices. What we want to do is have small enough pieces that they absorb the juice from the lime and also the lemon later. So I'm cutting it into strips, and then the strips are cut into smaller sections. So to see the pieces, this is probably the biggest piece because we want it to soak well and absorb that acidity. When I drop these pieces into the lime juice, you'll see them turn from this opaque color, almost clear, to white. That's how you know that the fish pieces are cooked. So I'm going to do this to this fillet, and I have got one more fillet in the sink. So what we're doing for 4 or 5 people, I like to use about 2 to 3 pounds of fish so that you get a nice serving of fish with all the different vegetables that we're going to be using in the ceviche recipe. So for those of you that are going, oh, he's doing raw fish. No, the fish is not raw. The fish is cooked in the acidity of the limes or lemons. So you can use lemons, and we're going to be using the lemons at the end when we actually put the fish with all the different vegetables. But right now we're going to let them just sit and get marinated in the lime juice. So I'm using a paring knife. This is what you would use for vegetables or if you're cleaning produce and so on. And it seems to work really well. Okay, so I'm going to show you these pieces in a minute. You could use a cleaver, but it's not necessary. Make sure that your board is clean, and after you cut your fish, that you thoroughly wash your board with soap and water. You don't want anything to build bacteria. So there's all our pieces of fish. We're ready to put them into the lime juice. We have our lime juice ready. So we have it in this nice glass container. And you can see that there's part of the pulp in there. That's okay. The pulp has juice in it too. Here's our snapper chunks. You can see in my hand. Now watch what happens. I'm going to put these in there. And I'm not going to put them all in at once because I want to show you something. This opaque color that the fish pieces are when they're raw will turn very quickly into white, which means that it's being cooked. So we're going to let that settle for about, I'm going to say 2 minutes. So we've had the fish marinating for actually more than 2 minutes because there's quite a bit of fish. So I'm going to say about 20 minutes. But I just want you to look, this is the glass container, and I'm going to pull out 4 or 5 pieces, and I'll show you the difference. Can you see that this fish is white now? It's not opaque anymore. That means that the acidity from the limes have gone right through it. So we've got some of the lime here because I split it up, and we've got some in here. What we're going to do now, because we're doing the whole batch, I'm going to scoop out some of the fish from there and just put it together because we're going to be using some of this lime juice, but I'm also going to be putting more lemon juice in the finished salad. A lot of this lime juice has lost its flavor. It's in the fish. So here's a good example. You can see how white that is, right? So we're going to take this out. And as soon as I'm done taking it out, we're going to go outside because it's such a beautiful day. And we're going to finish this off with all the other vegetables. And then we're going to enjoy it with our friends. What a gorgeous day. Look at this. It's sunny. It's calm. You know, all this is greenery, but that's an avocado tree and this is a mango tree, and they're going to have some delicious fruits later on. And look, there's my wife Barbara and Dimitri. Jonathan is our cameraman, so you're going to see him in a minute when we enjoy all this. And look, what a nice set. We're here with the boat in the background, the saltwater canal, and we've got all of our fixing here. Now let me explain each one to you. Okay, what we're going to do first is explain what kind of tomatoes we're using. You see, we're not using big, juicy tomatoes. These are pretty firm, so I'd have to really squeeze it to get the juice out. The reason we're doing that is because I wanted to keep their shape. I don't want to have soup in there. So I put some seasoning. Okay, I'll tell you. I put a little bit of roasted green pepper and roasted garlic just to beef up, because this is our own recipe. It's not off the internet. So we've got that. What we've done is we've cubed the tomatoes so that they're small. We want all the delicious flavor from the fish and the lemon and the lime and all the other vegetables to all blend in together. The other thing that we have is one full avocado. So this is a half of another one. And you can see that I've just sliced it. And it is mushy. So it's ripe avocado. Because I want it to blend in. It's going to give us almost like a cream. Then we've got one onion that I've cut. That's about this size. And you'll see that some of the onion has been sliced. Some has been diced. This is where you get like a flavorful surprise when you go to eat it. So you either get a big piece or a little piece. We have cilantro here, and most of the people that I've served this recipe love the cilantro. And then we have the guest of honor. This is the jalapeno pepper. And what I've done, the same thing. I've sliced some of it and I've diced some of it. And then we have the king of the kitchen. That's what we call that in Italy. So we have one clove of garlic about that big. And these are the slices. Now, I want to show you that it hasn't been diced up. It's in slices. And I love to get a surprise when my teeth come down on that, because you get a little bit of like that zing from the garlic. So, and then we have the lemons here that we're going to squeeze on top. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to put all these fixing inside with the tomatoes. So this is where I have to be careful that I don't get a surprise and everything flies off the table. My hands have been washed. I'm practicing cleanliness. So there's the onion that's going in, the sliced. Oh, I should have moved the tomato off, and the diced. There's the onion. All these are going to blend together. You know, it's under my nose and it's so aromatic. There's the garlic. Yes, that's a bountiful chunk of garlic. Here's the jalapeno. It's going to have a little bit of tang, you know what I mean? Wake her up. It's lunchtime. We're going to put the cilantro on there. Some people keep some cilantro to sprinkle on top, but we're going to put it in there. We don't want to lose any of that flavorful. The last thing to go in is the avocado. So there's the avocado. There's last few pieces left. So we're just going to put that in there. There. Now, what we're going to do is take the fish, because it's got some of the juices, but we're not going to take all of the juices. Just what it happens to be on this little scooper device. Okay, so I'm putting that in there. And in a minute, we're going to blend all this together. So the fish is kind of juicy because it's been sitting in the lime juice. So we're going to go lime and lemon. So I'm not skimping out on the fish. We were blessed to catch a lot of fish. So this is going to be like almost 50-50, veggies and fish. So even if you don't eat until next time, you'll feel good. And this is all healthy, and the fish definitely organic. So we're doing that. And then the next thing is going to be a little bit of pepper. Don't skimp on the pepper. A little bit of Himalayan salt. Not too much, because we've got the zest from the lime. And then lastly, we're going to go with the lemon. So we might have some lemon pits in there, but that's okay. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, and 1 more. I'm not squeezing them completely, but I'm getting lots of stuff. Now, the one thing that I'm doing, which you won't see on any recipe, I'm taking some pistachio oil right right here. It's 100% pistachio oil. I'm going to drizzle some off on. So it's almost like a dressing, but it's all natural. I'm just going to go like that. And I'm going to close that. And now we mix it. So I'm going to just do this for about 2-3 minutes till everything blends together. And then we're going to serve it and enjoy it. One for me. It's going to be just perfect. You know, I'm looking so forward to this. Look at the consistency. You can see that avocado has blended right in with everything. Man, I can smell it. I can smell, I can't separate all the smells, but it smells so aromatic and so exotic, like warm weather. Look at this. This is going to be Jonathan, because he's done such a good job on the camera. We're going to give him an extra scoop, and then there's some left over. So you know what? We are ready to enjoy this. You know, it's so nice to have you all here. Jonathan, you did a great job.
Thank you for inviting us. It's great.
Dimitri, thank you for catching all the fish.
All the fish.
Barb, thanks for putting up with me. You know what? I'm going to say grace before we start, okay?
Sure.
Dear Heavenly Father, we just thank you for all your blessings, for the great fishing that we had yesterday and keeping us safe as we went offshore and back, for our friends, pray for their families, and that you bless this food, that we would enjoy it because we want to give you the praise and the glory. In Jesus' name. Okay, Jonathan, tell me what you think. You try a blend of everything, not just tomatoes. Don't worry, you get that call later. What do you think? I don't know if Ruth, your wife, would love it. It's cooked.
It's excellent.
Isn't it?
Like, it's probably the best.
The only ceviche you ever had?
No, I had ceviche before, but wow, the flavor,
Try it.
everything in there, really excellent.
Okay, Barb, let's dig in.
Okay.
Let's dig in.
So Dimitri, this is your first taste, right?
Tell me the truth, John.
It's great. The flavoring.
Try to get some chunks of the fish too, like 3-4 chunks. See what you think. I get excited because I find it so refreshing to have this, like even like in like a Tupperware thing, and taking it out of the water and having it. It's so good because it's so refreshing.
First time I ever had it was down in.
Now.
So Dimitri, this is my way of Italian thinking. You ate really healthy with the ceviche. So it was the fresh fish, just cooked in acids.
So you make up for that.
Well, you got to justify things, right? Life is a life of compromise. So because that wasn't a lot of calories, and I know you really work out every day. You go to the gym and you run a mile or two, and you fish and all that stuff, and you're working on your house. So this is Barb's creation. So I did the fish ceviche. So this is a special kind of cheesecake. It has maple syrup in it. It's very healthy, high in protein. This is some 35% whipped cream from a cow that we whipped up. Some blueberries, they're frozen, so maybe have those. And then she did this mousse. It's spiked a little bit with an orange liqueur. I know you're giving me like the deer in the headlights. Look, she's added, I don't know where she got the dark chocolate, but this should hold you over for about 3 hours until we go to the barbecue restaurant. So try the cheesecake first. Let's see what happens here. I know your wife does this for you, right? You have the everything.
Always.
I don't know if she would like the ceviche. I think she would like this.
I think she would like the ceviche.
I get as much satisfaction seeing people enjoy food as I do making it and eating it. Is it all right? It's okay.
That's amazing.
Try some of this, the mousse. Yeah. Tell me if you feel the zing, if you can taste the alcohol. You're from Northern Europe, right? You can appreciate good things like vodka because it's very medicinal and other things.
Very medicinal.
Can you taste it?
You can
A little
taste
bit
it,
of the orange?
yeah.
It's not overpowering, right?
That's a perfect mix.
So what a nice meal, eh? Of the healthy stuff and then
Finish off with this.
pig out with
This is
cheesecake
perfect.
and mousse. Listen.
This is really good.
Great to have you here.
Oh,
You're awesome.
thank you.
You're awesome, man. Okay.
Appreciate
You
it.
should do this more often.
Get that off now.